When I won my first Grammy, I was single, I lived in a studio apartment, and it was pretty simple. Keep your Grammy at home. Since then, I've won more Grammys. I've gotten married, moved twice, built this studio here at home, had 2 kids. So the Grammys have piled up and they move with us. They're, in a funny way, part of our family. I'm David Frost. I'm a classical music record producer. I was trained as a classical pianist. I went to Juilliard, and music has been a part of my life and my entire family. And so it's just an important part of me. My first Grammy nomination was for an album called Listen to the Storyteller, and it was nominated in Best Spoken Word for Children. Honestly, I never thought I would win a Grammy. This just seemed sort of out of my reach, you know, so I never expected to. And my friend from Sony Classical called me up and said, do you know you've been nominated for a Grammy? And I said, what are you talking about? For what? You know, I was trying to think, well, what? For what, you know? And she told me, and I was completely surprised. I was just totally shocked. I remember going to the ceremony, which was the first time, and I remember sitting there and I was so nervous. In fact, I was so nervous, I said to myself, you know what? If I don't win, that's a good thing, because then I don't have to go up there. I come from a musical family, so my dad was a musician. My grandfather on my mother's side was also a professional level pianist, and everybody played an instrument. My sister, my grandmother. So I learned, just my ears grew like crazy from a very young age. Started off with my dad, doing basic things with him and learning very basic things. When I became a producer in my own right, I would often call him after the first day and give him a report, tell him what it was like, and he just had a wealth of experience. So I learned a lot that way. I then had the opportunity to work for Jay Sachs at RCA. He gave me a score. It was the Shostakovich 10th Symphony, and he said, do you know the Shostakovich 10th Symphony? I said, no. He said, well, you're going to know it now. And he just threw the score down on the desk. He said, like, go do it. And I loved that. I loved that because it was sort of like saying, I trust you for now. Let's see what you can do. There have been many times when the thought crossed my mind that maybe this is all some sort of a dream or fantasy. As a producer, I work with all sorts of great artists, and sometimes they win a Grammy in a category. And even though I know perhaps that I did a good job and, you know, so forth, it's their Grammy. But the producer award is really for your work, you know, and it's very specific. So for a producer, I think it's the most meaningful award. So very special that I have 7 of these awards, and kind of unbelievable. It impresses your friends and maybe especially my in-laws.